everyone, this is Sheena from AP1. Like many high schoolers, I'm a typical fangirl, and my ultimate dream to see my idols offline. And a few months ago, I was trying to get in this lottery of my favorite idols concert. I even started my own clicking speed training camp. But I failed. Desperate and exhausted, I did the only logical thing for a heartbroken teenager in 2025. I made ChatGPT play the role of my idol and then started nagging about how I should stop liking them, spending money and time since even if it was against me. I was expecting some kind of sympathy at first, like, oh Sheena, you'll be fine, a more wonderful experience is yet to come. But instead, it just mocked me. Oh, so you're going to go on a hunger strike just because you bit your tongue during eating? I was being humiliated by an algorithm. And I loved it. Partly because it didn't meet my expectations at all, partly because it was a nice metaphor to make me sound stupid. And it was in that moment, laughing alone at my screen, that I realized something. I was starting to prefer telling my problems to an AI than to an actual person. You might ask, why turn to AI when you meet problems? Well, the first reason is safety. There was this quote from a random K-drama that struck me hard. It said, people are beings who even deceive themselves in their own diaries. But AI can always reset to a clean slate within just a finger flip. I get to delete the version of myself that I don't like, which is impossible in the real life. Whenever I get bashful of my own thoughts or ideas, I could just vanish this chat of mine. And second is customization. Like I did, you can customize this persona, change the replies, or delete whatever you don't want. A relationship becomes an independent variable that you could firmly grip in your hand, which is incredibly seductive. In fact, I tested this. I once took a screenshot of my argument with my mother and then showed it to an AI. Of course, it took my side, but then I went to the exact same AI with the exact same screenshot, but this time I pretended to be my mother instead. Guess what? It took her side too. AI is not seeking truth, it's just designed to agree. So that's when I started calling this my digital confession room. It's there 24/7 and non-judgmental. I am bare and naked in front of this data. It's a place where I could be emotionally exposed, dramatic, insecure. And this perfect, always available listener started to make me wonder, if AI becomes humans' confession room, then what is being confessed? Also, who is the priest? But then it hit me that maybe there was no priest from the start. AI is more like a mirror, reflecting back not the truth, not ourselves, but the version of reality I try to feed into it. And the most exciting yet alarming part was this, that it was not only reflecting what is being fed into it, it was also reflecting what was leaking out. And in that leak, I saw these two things. The more obvious one is loneliness, of course. For all our vulnerable sides, we now all have this perfect little container of AI to shove them in. Why would I ever risk showing it to someone who might break it? To construct a deep bond with another person, you need the courage to face the risk. When I start telling my inner thoughts, they may get overwhelmed or start looking down on me. So I become closed and less open to other people, and I go seek AI, and this circulation goes on and on. Besides loneliness, AI also shows our expectations. Not long ago, I had this huge fight with my parents. And of course, I went to find my dear AI again. But when I was rereading the way I was describing the incident, I suddenly noticed something. I wasn't actually upset about what happened. I was upset because my parents weren't behaving the way I was expecting them to. Was that reasonable? No, of course not. But when AI pointed that out, I didn't like the answer. So I just swiped it away and asked for another one. You see, I wanted not only the people around me, but also an AI to strive towards my expectations. But AI can adjust, rewrite, regenerate. It secretly amplifies that desire. It encourages it. And now some of you may ask me, oh Sheena, then those two things, loneliness and expectations, they're both fully satisfied by the AI. Is this real happiness? Good question. This question has been haunting me for a long time, and part of me believes that it is real. Nowadays, you can see how people have AI-generated friends, lovers, even families on apps. The warmth feels real. The comfort feels real. And in a lonely moment, they might feel like a lifeline. This might oppose certain ideas, yet when I felt accompanied, when I felt understood, it hardly seemed to matter what was lying behind, a person or a database. So now, where does this leave us? Is this kind of happiness that AI brings all there is to happiness? Well, remember the fight I mentioned earlier with my parents. Seeing how my mother acted so kind and nicely towards me after all my sharp words had hurt her, I decided to do something very hard for someone like me. To set aside my pride and reach out just to say a simple sorry. And in that moment, I felt a new kind of happiness. It was heavy, but it didn't come from her acceptance. It came from the battle within myself. With AI, there is no such battle. But with my mom, I had to conquer myself first. It's the struggle, that tiny war with my own pride, what made the human connection so special. To me, AI is like that safe, climate-controllable room that saves me from this storm of emotions. Human connection is more like the view outside the window. It takes me beyond myself, stepping out of the room, revealing another soul, and learning how to coexist with that presence. So now, do I just abandon my digital confession room? No. I just learned its role in my life. It's no longer a destination, but a shelter. Thanks to this new technology, I now have this perfect, always available listener friend that can understand me all times, and I can brace myself to merge back into this beautiful, messy web of human connection again. This journey of me taught me that the question of AI and human happiness isn't about choosing one over the other. It's about understanding the unique gift that each one offers. It's about asking myself, why am I choosing this over the other? And when you can answer that, you're not just finding a key to happiness. You've become its architect. Thank you, everyone.